Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, and my main man right here, Schroeder Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with the Week 3 NFL main slate video. If you guys are new, welcome, first of all. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. 40% of you guys that are watching my videos are not subscribed. Doesn't cost you anything. If you do us a kindness and hit that subscribe button down below, we really appreciate it. And keep those comments up, man. The MLB video of all videos got more comments than the NFL video. So let's keep those comments over 100. I respond to each and every one of them. And if you guys want to throw us a couple dollars in the tip jar to, you know, who's child support right here, Schroeder, he got over 20-something babies mamas now. He's got kittens all over the Bay Area. Look at him. He's trying to hide in shame. Well, you know, we gotta tell him your business. You know what I'm saying? And I always know when he does. When he comes back in from outside, he's all strutting back inside. So I know what he's been up to. But yeah, there's a super thanks option down below. It's a heart, and next to it says thanks. And you get a special shout out in the next video. And you get a special comment from Schroeder and myself. So yeah, guys, subscribe, hit that like button, leave us a comment. And if you want to throw a couple dollars in the tip jar, we really appreciate it. It goes towards Schroeder's salmon treats and the child support for this guy right here. And yeah, guys, lots of value this week. I can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, let's start the fucking show. All right, so here we go. We're back at it, guys. Week 3 should be a fun DFS week. We got Josh Allen on a main slate finally. We got Patrick Mahomes. We got a lot of good places to go, but we also have lots of good value I got for you guys. So, man, I'm excited. Let's take a look at so one of our members, Dave 64K. I told you guys he won big, but for some reason he didn't post his lineup till yesterday. So let me show you real quick how Dave 64K did. Here we go. Look at that. $20,000 came in third in the Million Maker. 20K. His name is Dave 64K. Shout out to Dave, by the way. Very generous man. It's good karma, man. Dave's always donating all that stuff. But yeah, 20 grand came in third last week. So big shout out to Dave. Awesome, awesome, dude. I can't believe he waited so long to post that shit. And we got a nice testimonial. Let me bring that up. From one of our newer members. And I love to read the testimonials. It keeps Space and I honest, you know what I'm saying? But I do that anyway because I show you guys the winners. So Julian 473 says, well, I think it's positive. My knowledge has grown since joining this group. I was throwing money away for 6 years. I joined 2 months ago, and I'm consistently hitting each and every night. Skywalker DFS and DFS Space are a blessing. We will get that big one soon, family. And since he wrote that, we already did. So shout out to Julian. Thank you so much. We got testimonials all up and down this mofo, man. So yeah, man, great week for Dave. Great week. And we're looking to just fucking keep rolling here at the DFS Club. I'm still doing MLB, guys. I'm still doing MLB videos. Right now, Jacob deGrom's getting his ass lit up like a firefly in fucking August. Against the A's. You can't make this stuff up. So we're grinding every single day, guys. You want to come join the winning team for $14 a month. That's for every single sport. That's not just for NFL, guys. That's for everything. Nobody in their right mind does this but us. Shop around, compare, guys. We're approaching 700 members now. So we must be doing something right. Again, judge me by my losers, okay? Because there are so few. Judge me. I had a bad night the other night. If you go back and watch that video, man, it was actually kind of funny. I lost my temper, and yeah, a lot of people enjoyed it. They enjoy me losing my temper, which is all good, man. I look back at it now and I laugh. But you got 2 providers in one. DFS Space, my brother from another mother, myself, Skywalker DFS. You get, listen to this. October's coming, which means NBA's back. NHL's back. We'll still have NFL, MLB playoffs. PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, UFC, WNBA, college football, college basketball. All you got to do is click join now. Make sure you click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, so Schroeder and I get credit. We really appreciate it. We cover prize picks, guys. We do sports wagering, which is going to blow up here after November once it passes all these states. We're already doing it. And these prices, guys, nobody can touch these prices. Our yearly plans, our gold plans, are cheaper than everybody else's monthly plans right now. Shop around, guys. They're charging everyone over 200 plus for one sport. Maybe you get NFL. That's it. So you get everything with us, and you get all my lineups, all the ownership, all the tools you'll need: top stacks, projections, core plays, sneaky plays, all that stuff. The injury news, just like that. Shout out to AG for dropping the news right away. And most importantly, you guys get. You think the YouTube videos are fire? You just are missing out here on the members only podcast, guys. We do the members only podcast 1 hour before lock. We do it for NFL. I do it for MLB. We'll be doing it for NBA, guys. That's when the final decisions are made. That's when all the injuries are we know who's playing, who's not playing. And that's when the fire happens, man, in those members only podcasts. So you get all this stuff, guys. You get well more than your money's worth. Look, we're $14.99 a month just because we wanted to make it affordable for everybody, guys. That's it. We're not getting rich out here. We're getting rich by our DFS wins, and that's it. So DFSclub.com. Stop losing. Start winning. Stop taking the fucking bus, all right? Start riding in those private jet planes. Start buying those Armani suits, them Rolex watches, guys. All seriousness, though, shout out to the DFS Club. And let's go, man. Let's get into this slate. All right, so let's bring up Draft Dashboard. So as usual, they're missing a couple players. So I do apologize. But if you want to try it out, hopefully it updates by tomorrow. It's $1 for 30 days. Just click on the link in the description below. You can try it out for $1, guys. $1, make you holla. Me love you a long time. Special. Yeah, I know some of you know about that. Don't act like you don't know. Okay, that's all good. I don't judge. Let's start at quarterbacks. So Josh Allen, yeah, he's pretty good at football, guys. He gets Miami this game. With Buffalo's secondary gone, they lost all their secondary. This game should be a fucking shootout. So Josh Allen looks good at 8.2K. over 30 fantasy points in his first 2 weeks. I can't believe he only rushed the ball, though, one time last week. That's amazing. He went from 10 rushes to 1. It just depends on, who's open, who's not. His receivers were open last game, so he didn't have to run. So Josh Allen, yep, 9% right now. I like the low ownership, too, that we're getting on Patrick Mahomes here. Right now, he's only at 5%. This could be a sneaky play. Man, I just think there's going to be a lot of points scored here in this Kansas City Indy game. Indy's got their pass catchers back. So Matt Ryan will do a lot better this week. But Patrick Mahomes, if his ownership stays at 5% or lower, I mean, yeah, the wideouts, we don't know who he's going to throw to. But we do know he's going to throw to Kelsey. While everybody else is going to pay down at tight end this week, maybe you go different. You go Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, right? 7.9K against Indy. Then you gotta love Jalen Hurts, man. He's 9% right now, so I think it's it's going to be Josh Allen, Hurts for cash games. Kirk Cousins is really popular this week, but let's talk about Jalen Hurts real quick. 17 and 11 rushes, guys. He's not a running back. You would think he was, but he's not, man. My goodness, these are Cam Newton numbers here. These are Michael Vick numbers here. But fantasy points. He can throw and pass. This kid, all the hype has come true. 25, 37. It's going to be a real hard decision for me. I play 3 lineups, guys. I don't play 150. I hand build my lineup, so when you join the club, you get those. I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning, maybe later tonight, and make this final decision on which 3 quarterbacks I'm going to use. But Jalen Hurts will probably be one of them against Washington. You saw what Detroit did to that fucking defense last week, man. Washington did come back, but if Detroit can do that, just think what Jalen Hurts can do to that freaking defense, man. 7.6K. Kyler Murray's only getting 3% right now against the Rams. Again, this game should be a shootout. Until he gets his number one weapon back, though, Arizona's just not looking good. They look awful. James Conner should be good to go. Last I read, he was questionable all week, but he should be good to go. Kyler Murray at 7-3, 27 and 21 DraftKings points. Just a real safe play. He doesn't as rush as he used to. And a lot of you don't know this, but he was actually drafted by the Oakland A's. If you guys can believe that. He chose to play football, but he could have been an Oakland A. He's an athlete. Rushes, throws. So, yeah, Kyler Murray's in play. He's going to be one of the lower-owned pay-ups this week. Absolutely. A lot of people are on Kirk Cousins against Detroit. Now, if he's going to come in at 12%, I'd say throw him in a cash game, but I'm not going to get to him at 6-7. You got to show me something, dude. I get it. Yeah, prime time, he doesn't do anything. You get scared. He has a great matchup against Detroit this week. Awesome matchup. But he's going to be like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was able to still pull 30 fantasy points out of his last week after being down like 28-0. Can Kirk Cousins do that? I got to see it first, man, because he's not cheap. He's 6'7". I'd rather try and bite, scratch, climb, do whatever I got to do to get up to Hurts, Mahomes, or Josh Allen. But Kirk Cousins is going to be chalk. I might fade that. Matthew Stafford looks good. 6.5K. 21 and 11. We saw that nice bounce back game last week. He gets Arizona, guys. They are the absolute worst in the league. They give more fantasy points to quarterbacks than anybody in the league. They're ranked 32nd in the league, guys. Matthew Stafford's only 6'5". I'd rather play him than Kirk Cousins, honestly. Yeah, should be a great high-scoring game here. Rams and Arizona could go overlooked. Right now, Stafford's about 7%. And then Carson Wentz, I'm going to keep going back here, man. 6.3K. People keep talking shit, but, man, 32 and a 33, week 1, week 2. He had a rally his team back that last game, and he did it. Carson Wentz is still good, guys. Don't overlook him, 6.3K. If you're going to do a Washington stack, I mean, it'll be low-owned. Wentz is only 3%. And the price tag's, it's really cheap. He's right there next to Stafford, so if you want to be different, I say Carson Wentz is in play this week. And we all know how Derek Carr is just fucking terrible, so we'll just pass there. Jared Goff at 5'8". If you want to start paying down a little bit at quarterback this week, guy looks good, man. Remember, he was the Rams quarterback. Throwing bombs. 26 and 17, week 1, week 2. And he looks good this year, man. He gets a Minnesota defense ranked 21st in the league against quarterbacks, so I think Jared Goff is firmly in play at only 4% right now. He's 5.8K. Maybe you get really sneaky. Maybe you go Marcus Mariota, man. Where did he come from? Last time I saw he was a Raider, like the Raiders backup, but he's Atlanta starter this year. He's 5.5K. He has a great matchup this week against Seattle. 16 and 21 DraftKings points. And like Mariota always does, he rushes. In week 1, he rushed the ball 12 times. I mean, that's freaking Jalen Hurts numbers right there. Week 2, 6 times. If you want to be different, Mariota's a GPP play at only 5.5. Matt Ryan, 5.2K. If you want to talk about someone with no ownership this week and you want to pay down at quarterback, Matt Ryan looks like a great option against Kansas City. They're 27th in the league against quarterbacks. And you got Pittman back. You got everybody's back. So he got all his weapons back. Should be a lot better week for Indy. And if they can keep this game close, like we're talking like a 40 to 35 point, 40 to 35, something like that. So could be sneaky Matt Ryan. And I know that I just threw up on my mouth by saying that, but 5.2 is really cheap with really good upside. Let's see. Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson. He's 8K. He's always in play, guys. His rushes have gone down this year. 9 and 6 rushing attempts. He threw up a 50-burger last week, guys. We all remember that. 21 in week 1. Lamar Jackson's just always in play. Justin Herbert the pervert. I don't know if he's going to play, guys. Going up against Jacksonville, they might rest him. I think they're going to rest him. Jacksonville is not the best team in the world, so they're kind of like, let's get. If I'm his coach, I'm kind of like, well, let's give him this week off. Maybe we can still pull one out against Jacksonville because he's banged up, man. He's getting killed. That offensive line is doing him no favors, man. He's getting slaughtered every single week in that backfield. So I'm just going to avoid that whole situation in San Diego. And then Tua, 6.1K. Kind of feels like point chasing here. But again, what changed my mind is when I saw that Buffalo Bills secondary is gone. They're fucking all banged up. So Tua's got upside at 6-1. Remember, week 1, he only got 15 fantasy points. Week 2, he had that incredible comeback. But the Bills are number 1 in the league at shutting down quarterbacks, all right? But with that said, with the secondary being gone, they probably won't be after this week. Tua's in play at 6-1. How much of him I get? Probably none. Because, like I said, I play 3. That's it. I play 3 lineups. Maybe I do get him one. Maybe I do a Miami stack. This Miami-Buffalo game should be fire, though. It's going to be in Miami. I haven't checked the weather, but well, let's see if we got a weather forecast here. Let's go to the main slate down here. So let's go to the weather forecast here on Draft Dashboard. Let's see. How's it going to be in Miami? So, oh, rain, it says. Okay. You know, they get Miami gets rain 365 days a year. So, I don't think it's going to affect the game, though. But, yeah, he's fully in play. To me, it kind of feels like point chasing a little bit. But Miami is the real deal this year, man. Let's go to running backs. So Josh Jacobs, just right off the top, did travel with the team. He got on a plane today. So just let me go right down here to Jacobs. Let's get this out of the way. He did travel to Tennessee. So I think he's going to play. If he's going to play, he's a full go. It's an illness, right? It's not an injury, thank God. Illnesses, you can take IVs. You know, these guys got the resources. You know what I'm saying? So if it's COVID, you know, everybody's different. We don't know. We don't know what kind of illness it is. Maybe, you know, he has mild symptoms. Who knows? But he's got the resources. Josh Jacobs has the best matchup this week. Tennessee is last in the league at stopping running backs. We saw it last week, guys. Oh, my gosh. They got ran over big time. They're 32nd in the league. Josh Jacobs at 5'4". If he plays, he's a full go. Maybe the Raiders are just like, look, Tennessee cannot stop the run. Instead of fucking trusting Derek Carr here, who can't throw the fucking ball to the right receiver, instead he throws it to the other team, let's just pound the ball this week. So Josh Jacobs could be very sneaky at 5'4", and I would think right now, day of, his ownership might be a little low. We'll see. We'll see. But let's go up to the top here. Jonathan Taylor. If this game's going to be high scoring, Jonathan Taylor is going to have a good game. It's just how it is, man. 9K. 10% ownership right now. Ownership's really spread out at running back because there's some good value ones too. Dalvin Cook has a second best matchup out of all the running backs. He gets Detroit. They're 31st in the league against running backs. He hasn't had the greatest year, but week 1 he still rushed 20 times, only got 14. And that debacle last week, everybody played bad. When Cousins plays bad, the whole team plays bad. But he's got a juicy matchup this week at 7-9. Joe Mixon, great matchup against the Jets. They're ranked 28th in the league against running backs. 11 and 22 Draftkings points. It's his backfield, guys. He's out there for pretty much all 3 downs. He got 9 targets in week 1, 4 in week 2. So I like Joe Mixon at 7-6. Antonio Gibson, 6'4". He's in play. How much I get to him, I don't know. He's still the guy. All right, he's still the guy until that rookie comes back. God bless that kid too, man, coming back from being shot. But until he comes back, it's Antonio Gibson's backfield. Philly is ranked 27th in the league against running backs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 6'3", right now only at 4%. He's very involved in that passing game, man. For a running back who's only out there 41% of the snaps at 6'3", I think he's firmly in play this week against Indy. He hasn't done it, right? 16 and 22 Draftkings points in week 1, week 2. So I think Clyde at only 4% right now looks pretty interesting. You know, no one's going to go to James Robinson. He's only 2% right now, but man, it's about time. If he can stay healthy, James Robinson's the man. 11, and then he got 23 rushes last game. 2 targets week 1, week 2. He gets the Chargers this week. 20 and 16 DraftKings points. So I think he's a really safe play with some great upside this week because everyone's going to go to David Montgomery. Everybody and their mama's going to David Montgomery right now. 20% ownership. He's 5.9K. The only thing that bothers me about this play is it's not 2017 anymore. Are we really talking about starting David Montgomery in 2022? I guess we are. Houston's ranked 24th in the league against running backs. I mean, they have no fucking receivers that are worth the quarterback. It's not worth a shit in Chicago. You can't throw the ball. It's just like, so what do? They're just going to give it to Montgomery at 5'9". Great cash play. I'm going to stay away from him in GPPs, though. It's just David Montgomery, 2022. Like, are we really going to do this? Maybe 2006, 17, 16, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. But if he does, you're going to be sitting pretty sour in a GPP. But a cash game, I think he looks really good. Miles Sanders, though, 5.5K looks great, man. He's got Washington, who can't stop the run. They're 30th in the league against running backs. And his carries has picked up, man. He's out there for 53% of the snaps. 13 rushes week 1, 17 week 2. He'll get some targets too. 2 and 3 targets. 5 targets in his last 2 games. 19 and 12. He seems to always find his way into the end zone. So I do like him. If for some reason Jacobs is out, I don't know who they're going to put back there. It could be Brandon Bolden, 4.3K. It could be him. We'll see. If you want to play that game, you can get a really cheap running back this week from Oakland. He's just one of them. They got several running backs. They might go with the rookie, which we'll get into. Christian McCaffrey against New Orleans, 8.8K. I don't know if I'll get to McCaffrey this week. I mean, it's a tough matchup against the Saints. They've been shutting everybody down offensively, man. 16 and 20 DraftKings points, though. Had a great week last week. 15, 10 rushes, 5 and 4 targets. So he's in play. I don't know if I'll get to him. Maybe I'd rather take a chance on Derrick Henry here. Great matchup. You know, everybody can run against the Raiders. Derrick Henry just needs one. He needs one big fucking break, and he's gone. 8.1K. Probably get him at lower ownership. Right now, he's actually garnering 10%, which is surprising. It's probably the price tag. How often do we get Derrick Henry at 8.1K? Hasn't had the best year, but he hasn't had the best matchups either, and he's only a second-half player for some reason. But he could be sneaky at 8-1 this week against the Raiders. It's just a juicy matchup, man. Let's see. DeAndre Swift should be good to go. He was limited. He gets the Vikings this week at 7-2. His thing, man, he gets big plays. He gets big breakaway plays. I don't know if that's going to happen every week, so I'm going to stay away. Alvin Kamara, I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far, so I'm going to stay clear there. Leonard Fournette, great cash game play this week because who the fuck is Tom Brady going to throw the ball to? They called up Cole Beasley today from the practice squad, which, by the way, Cole Beasley is not on Draft Dashboard. He's 3.7K. But, I mean, it's going to be Cole Beasley and Russell Gage. So, you got to think Leonard Fournette's going to be basically a receiver in this game, plus a running back. 6.5K. It's like a good cash play, too. I mean, it's his backfield. 24, 21 rushing attempts in his first 2. 4 and 2 targets, 9 and 19 DraftKings points. 6.5K. Against this Green Bay defense, who's really, they're not as good as they used to be. I think Fournette could be straight fire this week, but, everybody knows that. Especially if Gage is going to somehow miss. I think Gage is going to play, but if he misses, man, holy shit. Cole Beasley is your number 1 wide receiver. They're going to be in deep trouble. Michael Carter for the Jets. He's only 5.2K. We're getting some value plays here. He's been good, man. He's gotten 60% of the snaps. They're seeing what this kid's got, man. 10 and 7 rushes. But what he does do, guys, he catches a lot of targets. He's got 9 targets in week 1, 5 in week 2, 10 and 17 DraftKings points. So a really safe play here with Michael Carter from the Jets. I've seen wide receivers that don't even get 9 targets, man. You can take a stab at Dameon Pierce. If you think, he's going to get the lion's share like last week, he got 44% of the snaps. He's only 5K. He did get 15 rushes, 1 target, 9 fantasy points. It is against Chicago. So, maybe Houston's game plan this week is to run the ball against Chicago, ranked 25th in the league against running backs. So I expect a shit show in this game. But Dameon Pierce for 5K, I mean, shit, why not take a shot there? I was looking at Nyheim Hines, but I'm not paying 5K for a backup running back when Jonathan Taylor's in the mix. So if Nyheim Hines was like 4K, then we'd be talking turkey. Rex Burkhead took a back seat last week, so, I'd rather I would think they would try and see what Pierce can do with the ball here in Houston. And then so if Zamir White gets to start for the Raiders, he's only 4K, the rookie. You got to think as a coach, you want to see what this kid's got, right? You're 0-2. Maybe this guy, Zamir White gets to start at 4K. I'm rolling him out there, man. It'd be a good cash play if Jacobs cannot go. All right, so let's go to wide receiver. So remember, whatever quarterback you're getting, I would correlate 2 pass catchers, whether it be a running back pass catcher, a wide receiver pass catcher, or tight end. All right, I would do at least 2. Cooper Kupp is 9.9, and because he's gotten 36, 35 DraftKings points, I mean, why at this point, why even pay up for running back when you can just pay up for Cooper Kupp? Arizona's been pretty stingy against wide receivers, but he's matchup proof, man. 14 and 15 targets. Love it, especially with Matthew Stafford. Justin George Jefferson, 9.3K, coming off a terrible week just like the rest of the team did, but he gets Detroit this week. I mean, my goodness. I'd rather get the Kupp for a little bit more, but Justin Jefferson is firmly in play. Devontae Adams. So if Jacobs is going to be limited because of the illness, you don't trust the situation. You got to think it's the Devontae Adams show against Tennessee, ranked 29th. The only problem is Derek Carr is throwing him the ball, right? He got 33 in week 1. He got 17 targets in week 1, guys. 17. Had the dream matchup last week. Only got 7. Got 9 DraftKings points. So he's firmly in play at 8-4, though. I'm not sacking the Raiders, but as a one-off, yes. Jamar Chase. The Bengals are in trouble, right? The Bengals are looking like shit, but they get the Jets this year. The Jets have been pretty good, though, defensively, so just be cautious here at 8.1K. But why is Stephon Diggs 7.7? Like, are you fucking kidding me with this shit? I know Gabe Davis is back, but you just get 100% Diggs in your lineups tomorrow, guys. 7.7K, 48 DraftKings points, 29 DraftKings points. Like, they really fucked up here with the pricing. So, can't get to Cooper Kupp. I think you can probably get maybe the same upside with Stephon Diggs as far as DK's points goes. So he's going to be uber chalk. Right now he's at 23%. Great cash game play, especially if you're going to play Josh Allen. You got to get Diggs in there. A.J. Brown, if you're going to stack Philly, 7.3K. His targets are there. 13 and 8 targets, week 1, week 2. 29, 12 DraftKings points. He's a pay-up, but, I mean, it's against Washington, guys. A.J. Brown should feast at 7.3. Amon-Ra St. Brown. We had 100% of him last week. He got 42 DraftKings points. It was beautiful. His price is coming up. He gets Minnesota. This guy is just phenomenal. You watch this kid play, man. This kid is just something else, man. 12 targets in both games. He's got 2 rushes last week, too, from the backfield. He's doing everything. Again, if you're going to do a Detroit stack, you can save money with Jared Goff and pair him up with St. Brown, man. 7.2K. Michael Pittman is priced up where he should be. You guys remember in week 1, he was like 5.5. It was a free square. He's 6.9K. He's back. He's good to go. Kansas City's 23rd in the league against wide receivers. He got 13 targets in week 1 and got 30 DraftKings points. Give me Michael Pittman, man, at 6.9. Christian Kirk is in play at 6'2". However, the Chargers are really good at shutting down slot receivers, man. They're shutting them down. So I might pause on Christian Kirk. Now I do have him in my season-long fantasy, so you gotta play your studs. But DFS, I might fade him this week, man. I think the Chargers shut down defense, get these slot receivers is a real thing, man. So 26-21 though in his first 2 weeks. Kirk is the man, but this week it's just a bad matchup for him. I like to play the matchups. Hollywood Brown, 6K. If you're going to play an Arizona stack, he's your dude. 11 targets in week 2, 6 in week 1, 13 and 14 DraftKings points. 6K is not too bad either. The Rams are 31st in the league. That's second worst, guys, against wide receivers. So the more I think about it, Arizona could be really fucking sneaky this week. He's 6K right now at 6% ownership. Drake London from Atlanta. This kid's been phenomenal. Great value play here at 5.8K. This kid's the goods. He's the real deal. 12 targets, 12 DraftKings points, 25 DraftKings points in week 2. I like Drake London at 5'8". You guys want to get crazy doing Atlanta stack? Shit, go for it. Brandon Cooks, always a good cash play, right? You know he's going to get peppered with targets. 12 and 10 targets in his first 2 weeks. 15 and 9 DraftKings points. He's on the field 89% of the time. 89% snap count, guys. Love Brandon Cooks. And then I love me some Tyler Lockett this week, man. He's on the field for 86% of the snaps. He got 11 targets last week, 23 DraftKings points. Going up against Atlanta, they're 29th in the league against receivers. So I know it's Seattle. You know, I know it's fucking Geno. But Tyler Lockett, it looks like that's his favorite receiver. So for 5'8", I think that's great value. Rashad Bateman. I thought he was under concussion protocol, but he's good to go, man. He's 5.7K. I think this is another misprice here. 5 targets in week 1, 7 in week 2. If you're going to play Lamar Jackson, this looks really good right here. 14 and 24 DraftKings points, guys, for 5'7". He's right there next, you know. I love it. If you're going to play Lamar, get Bateman in there. Curtis Samuel's too cheap at 5'1". I mean, what are they doing here? You can definitely pay down a wide receiver this week is what I'm trying to say, guys. And at tight end. We'll get there, though. Curtis Samuel's been a blessing. When this guy's healthy, he's the all-purpose. He's like the younger version of Cordell Patterson. He does everything. Rushes, wide receiver, you name it. 11 and 9 targets his first 2 weeks. Over 20 fantasy points in his first 2 weeks. 5-1 for Curtis Samuel. Looks juicy against Philly. Jonah Dotson, too, this rookie man, 4.6K. This man should be 5'5", almost 6. 5 targets a game. He's the red zone target. You guys saw that amazing one-handed catch he got last week, but he's the red zone target for sure. 4.6K. Give me Dotson again, man. Give me 18 DraftKings points on 5 targets. The reason why the targets are lower, because Wentz looks for him in the red zone, which we want touchdowns anyway. And then Greg Dortch, you know, 4.3K. What are we doing here? That's easy money. He's only 5% too. If you're going to do an Arizona stack, you got to get Dortch in there. 9 targets, 4 targets, and then 13 and 16 DraftKings points. Another red zone target here. So for 4.3, love Greg Dortch. As long as he still has that role, man, he's going to make the best of it. And then you got the Miami receivers. They're not cheap. Tyreek Hill, 7.6K. Jalen Waddle, 6.8K. Out of the two, of course, we're taking Tyreek, right? Right? But Waddle got 19 targets last week. Holy shit. These guys got all the targets. Miami, it's these 2 receivers. If you're going to play Tua, you're going to pair these 2 guys up. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Tyreek 7'6", Waddle 6'8", but just be careful. But I'm not worried because, like I said, that secondary with the Bills, non-existent right now. Gabe Davis is 6'3". He's priced where he should be. Week 1, he got 5 targets. Had a phenomenal week, though, at 19 DraftKings points. He should be good to go. I'd probably just rather just get up to Stephon Diggs at 7'7", but I mean, if you're going to do a Buffalo stack, you can get Gabe Davis in there at 6'3". That's not too bad of a price if you think about it. Alan Lazard's good to go for Green Bay. He's 6K. The only problem is, it's a double-edged sword here. He's going to be Aaron Rodgers' #1 target. That's a good thing. The bad thing is it's against Tampa Bay and their defense. Just saying. That defense is unbelievably good. So Alan Lazard at 6K, maybe. I'll have to think about that one. Michael Thomas is the old Michael Thomas, and we're getting him at 5'9". I know Carolina has a really good defense. They're second in the league right now against wide receivers. But we're talking about Michael fucking Thomas here. 8 and 9 targets in his first 2 games. Remember, guys, in week 1, he was questionable. We didn't know he was going to play. It was like we had to wait till the last day. He's fully healthy, man. 23 and 19 DraftKings points in his first 2 weeks. I love him at 5.9K. And then for our Ram stack, I think you got to find ways to get Allen Robinson in. He's reasonably priced at 5.7. Just as we thought. He did get 5 targets, but he made the best out of them, man. 15 DraftKings points. You got to think Matthew Stafford's going to look his way again, man. That's all this man wants. Throw me the ball. This is his 3rd team now. That's all he wants. Just throw me the ball. So hopefully we learned last week. Stafford learned last week. Hey, if I throw Allen Robinson the ball, not just Cooper Kupp every fucking time. Cooper Kupp's being double or triple team. Allen Robinson's going to be wide open. And nobody's talking about this kid right here. Garrett Wilson from the Jets, man. 8 targets in week 1. 9 DraftKings points. 14 targets in week 2. 33 DraftKings points. He's 5.4K. I mean, that's great value. Garrett Wilson from the Jets. I do like him at 5.4. Let's look for some more value, guys. Jacoby Myers is good to go, man. Just got the news. This guy's only 5K. I know he sound like a damn law firm. We had those Jacoby and Myers commercials here in the San Francisco Bay Area forever since I was a kid. That's just funny. That's what his name is. But 6 targets week 1. Week 2 ramped him up at 13 targets, 10 DraftKings points, 19 DraftKings points. And he's got the nut matchup against Baltimore, ranked dead last in the league. You guys saw what Miami did to them last week. They are the worst at covering receivers in the league right now. Baltimore, who knew, right? So Jacoby Myers has the best matchup on paper this week. Corey Davis for the Jets, 4.9K. Very consistent. The targets, not so much. 9 in week 1, only 4 in week 2. But the fantasy points are there. That's all that matters. 14 and 16. Corey Davis should be good to go. He was limited, so he should be ready to roll. This should be a good game. Probably a good, I wouldn't say low scoring, but, probably 24 to 21 game. But, yeah, give me Corey Davis. These Jets receivers are just so cheap with so much upside. And then don't forget about my man, Treylon Burks here from Tennessee. 4.9K. This dude's great, man. 5 and 6 targets. 9 DraftKings points on both games. All he's got to do is break one in the end zone, man. He always manages to get open. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this kid. And you'll get him at no ownership this week. He's only 4.9K. And then Chris Olave from New Orleans. He's 4.5K. Probably right now at only 2%. He got 13 targets last week, 3 in week 1, but still got 9 DraftKings points in week 1. 13 targets in week 2, 12 DraftKings points. So I like Chris Olave for 4.5. Guys, there's so much value, man. Devin Duvernay. I know he's the punt returner. I know he doesn't get that many targets, but man, he gets open, and when he gets open, he's gone, right? He's gone. So if you want to take a shot with those Lamar sacks, you can pair him up too, man, with Mark Andrews. I mean, you can go like a 4-man Baltimore stack this week against New England. Duvernay, 4 and 2 targets, but 21 and 12 DraftKings points. So I don't mind it at 4K. Nobody's going to have him. Russell Gage. He did not practice Friday. I don't know if he practiced today. So this is the one we really got to watch out for. Julio Jones was limited in practice. So we'll see. Cole Beasley's in the mix now. So if both these guys play and Cole Beasley's in, I mean, Tom Brady will have somebody to throw to. Out of both of them, if everyone's going to go Russell Gage, I'm going to go Julio Jones. If Julio Jones and Russell Gage are both healthy, I'm going Julio Jones at 1%. Week 1, he got 5 targets and 12 DraftKings points. These guys were competing. It's funny because they were both competing too in Atlanta when they were teammates. So I don't know. If everyone's going to go Gage, I'm going to go Julio at 5.6, but Gage is only 4.7K. Or you just fade the whole fucking disaster, right? Maybe you play Cole Beasley at 3.7. That could be a way to go. We just saw Cole Beasley. You got upside, man, with Buffalo. All right, so let's go to tight ends. We got more value over here. So with Patrick Mahomes stacks, you can just go Travis Kelce, and I think you'll be good. Because the wideouts, good fucking luck picking the right one, right? But Kelsey's 7.9. There's so much value on this slate, it should be no problem. Maybe you stack him with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Travis Kelce. That sounds like a plan to me. Because you'll get the Chiefs this week at low ownership, man. Right now it's only 4% because everybody's going to pay down at tight end. Everybody is. So Kelce has a monster week. You're already going to be ahead of the field as far as tight ends goes. Mark Andrews against New England, 6.9K, coming off a monster game, 11 targets, 29 DraftKings points. If you're gonna put Lamar in, of course, Mark Andrews is my favorite pass catcher at 6.9K. Dallas Goedert, 4.7K, too cheap. Going up against Washington, they're pretty good though at shutting down tight ends. So be careful with this one. They're 10th in the league. Just give me Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee gets Arizona. Arizona is the absolute worst. They cannot stop tight ends to save their lives. Granted, they've had some tough matchups. They had Kelce in week 1, which kind of probably adds to this number here, but their whole defense period is awful. So Higbee, 4.5K, should be the number 3 wide receiver in this Rams offense. The targets are there, 11 and 9 targets. No Odell Beckham, so 14 DraftKings points. I think Higbee will probably be a good cash game play at tight end. And don't forget about my man here, Tyler Conklin. I was all over him last week, man. It paid off great. He's still only 3.8K. And the matchup is great. Who do we pick on with Cincinnati every year? We pick on tight ends, guys. We run tight ends against them every single week. And it always seems to pan out in our favor. Right now at only 2%. That's embarrassing. But I'll take it, man. Tyler Conklin's only 3.8 against Cincinnati. You can't stop tight ends? Yeah. Throw him in there. You got Logan Thomas is only 3.5. He's been good. As long as this man stays healthy, he's good. His whole career, he's been hurt. Every time he touches the ball, you're just like, oh, my goodness. Especially if he's in your season-long fantasy leagues. You're just like, fuck. Don't get hurt. But the targets are there. 5 and 6 targets. 13 and 8 DraftKings points. Another red zone target for Carson Wentz, man. Zach Ertz, man. 4.6K. He's back. 11 targets last week. 16 DraftKings points. He's going to be a red zone target also. So, yeah, I like Ertz at 4.6. Gerald Everett, if Herbert the Pervert's going to be in. But even then, it's kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking him out. I don't want to deal with the Chargers this week. Hayden Hurst, he was limited in practice, so he should be good to go. He's only 3.9K. The targets are there. 8 and 7 targets. 10 and 7 DraftKings points. 3.9K. There's so much value this week. Hell, you can even take a look at Evan Ingram, guys. Evan fucking Ingram at 3.7K. He's on the field for 70% of the snaps. 4 and 8 targets. 7 and 12 DraftKings points, guys. I love Evan Ingram at 3.7. Looks pretty well. Don't love. Let's not get fucking carried away here. Irv Smith should get all the ownership this week, man. He's only 3.1K. You got 8 targets last week. The only Charger that did something. Sorry, the only Minnesota guy that did something. 8 targets, 15 DraftKings points. Minnesota loves their tight ends, man. Kirk Cousins always throws the ball to the tight end. So Irv Smith's the dude. So get him in there at 3. What is he? 3.1? My God. Jawan Johnson, dart throw at 2.9K. Just a dart throw. He's on the field for 76% of the snaps. But look at these targets, guys. He's targeted. 5 and 7 targets, week 1, week 2. 8 and 6 DraftKings points. So if you really want to put at tight end, you can go Juwan Johnson at only 2.9K. And then defenses, I never pay all the way up. Like Jacksonville looks okay. If Herbert the Pervert's going to be out, I love Jacksonville this week at only 2.3K. Raiders versus Tennessee. If they can shut down, I don't mind the Raiders at 2.5 because that Tennessee offense is just, woof, my goodness. Other than that, I just punt at defense, guys. So that's going to do it. Week 3 is in the books as far as the show, guys. What did you think, Schroeder? You got any hot takes? Yeah, them Bengals better get their shit together. Hey, you know what, Schroeder? I agree. That's your team. And I get your frustration, man. They will. They will. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, man. Schroeder and I put so much into these videos. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment down below. Let's get over 100 comments. If you want to throw a couple dollars in the tip jar, tink, tink. Schroeder and I would really appreciate it for the Schroeder Child Support Fund. And you get a special shout out in the next video, and you get a special comment from Schroeder and I. And remember, I respond in each and every single comment you guys leave down below. So drop them comments, guys. Drop them likes. Again, if we can get up to 200 likes, I'm doing another giveaway. All right? 200 likes, we're giving another DFS Club membership giveaway. So let's get it, man. DFSclub.com, guys. Stop losing, start winning. This is a takeover. We took over the industry. Once we get up to 700 and it keeps just growing and growing, NBA is not even here yet. Wait till NBA gets here. It's going to be a full takeover of the industry. It's because we're the cheapest in the business, but we're the best in the business. We give you every single tool you'll ever need to make $1 and a cent in this business and stop taking the fucking bus. I'm Gabriel Skywalker. This is Schroeder Skywalker. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have been giving this channel. Let's get this spread. Don't take shit from nobody. Schroeder, let us get the fuck out of here. Good luck in week 3, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Good luck. Take care. Subscribe.